If you thought fighting 2 enemies at once during the boss fight was hard and unmanageable, think again. In this boss fight you're trapped with 3 enemies in what has become known as the most unfair arena in the whole series. I don't know what the developers were thinking with this one. Maybe they thought that since you've just beaten 2 gargoyles, now a reasonable step up in the difficulty would be a boss trio. Of course, I don't know if they actually designed them in such order, but still. Why is Capra Demon and 2 of his puppets regarded as Dark Souls' most unfair encounter? A big part of what makes this boss fight seem unfair is the claustrophobic arena. Remember when I've said that Adjudicator's arena was super small? And back then I treated that as something positive. Yeah, but Adjudicator's design matched the tight space. He was slow, his attacks were well telegraphed and you had plenty of time to react to them, while at the same time his size, that contrasted this tiny arena so much, was intimidating enough to create a unique experience, especially if you are new to the series. So where did the Capra Demon fail? Well, it's his 2 dogs. Yes, you are expected to fight 3 enemies in this tiny arena, and they jump at you as soon as you enter the fog wall. You're pressed to the wall, quite literally. You wanna run away, but there is nowhere to run. Okay, although even thinking about it makes me anxious, I must admit, this encounter creates pretty unique experience, which, well, is kinda positive. But then you realize that you have to, actually beat the boss. In this arena, there are very narrow stairs. They are your only friend. Some say that Souls games should have an easy mode, but there is already an easy mode in those games. No, I don't mean the co-op feature, I mean stairs. For real, if you struggle with a particularly difficult boss and there are stairs in its arena, try fighting it on them. I'll talk more about this in future episodes. The difficulty of Capra Demon depends heavily on how quickly the player manages to kill those annoying dogs. They are really good at stun-locking the players, even those with moderate amounts of poise. You should try to separate them from the Capra Demon. For that, use the stairs. And with a bit of luck, now it's only 1v1. Fighting him alone is much more manageable. He hits pretty hard for his size. His attacks aren't that slow either, so stay on your toes. But honestly, if you came this far and erased dogs out of the equation, this dude shouldn't be that difficult for you. You can always try doing the plunge attacks from the stairs for massive damage. It doesn't play any cool animation like it did with Asylum and Taurus Demon, but it's still pretty satisfying. I honestly think that this boss was one big afterthought. Everybody knows that the Lost Isolate was rushed during the development. They could have had completely different intentions for Capra Demon. Instead, they decided to make a boss out of it. But he wasn't challenging enough, or maybe he wouldn't stand out that much. So they added those damned dogs. But those are only my speculations. I don't really know what the developers were thinking. When defeated, Capra Demon will drop 6,000 souls, a key to the depths, 1 humanity, 1 homework bone, and a demon great machete. But the last one isn't guaranteed. When it comes to the tips, don't fight him. This is my tip for you. You actually don't have to fight this boss at all, provided you picked a master key as a starting item. Then, later, in the endgame, you can pay him a visit and annihilate his health bar with endgame equipment and stats. There are 2 cheese strategies that will help you overcome this boss. First one requires some fire bombs. You need to stand in a right spot, aim with a bow or crossbow to get needed angle, and then you can just throw fire bombs over the fog wall. The second one asks you for some arrows. You see, if you enter the arena, get upstairs and walk across a stone archway, you can bunker down in a corner. Capra Demon and his dogs won't be able to reach you there. Now you can just shoot them down. Thank you for watching. To the next time.